with Cody from the first half to the second? I mean, well, I know early on he was real assertive in the first half, but it seemed like the second half he just exploded.
Well, I think he just kept playing the game. I don't think he got rattled. I mean, it's easy to drop your head a little bit when you're missing close shots and when you're not getting the line like you think you should, but that's not Cody. His mental toughness is so strong, it just doesn't affect him. And, he wanted to play well. I mean, there's no question about that. There had to be at least 100 Zellers in the building in some form or fashion. But he just continues to go. He was very vocal. He was very vocal this morning when we did our walkthrough in the ballroom. And we didn't come over here to shoot this morning. And it caught my attention, a couple times with him. Some guys, we hear him constantly when we're going through the other team's stuff, but he was very vocal. So we knew he was completely, he was going to be a great leader today, and I thought that he was.
Did you feel that Iowa's zone in the second half took you out of your rhythm offensively?
Well, we prepared for that, and some of that, it became, we kept running our side pick and rolls, and we can run those man or zone. I don't know if it took us out of our rhythm as much as that's an area that we've really got to improve upon, and we spent some time the last couple days preparing for zone by dealing with the press back to the zone and really being effective and not letting them come back and set it up. But at the same time, we wanted to make sure that we got the ball in the right hands of the right people, especially when it came to the foul line. But there's no question our zone offense, the schemes and the concepts worked out just fine, but the movement's got to be better, and it will be better. But we never felt tremendously great about that as a coaching staff this weekend as we were preparing for this game. So this gives us some time to really work on that. Their zone is good.
During your preparations, how much emphasis was put on Marble?
Well, we put emphasis on the entire team. I mean, we're well aware of what Devin Marble's doing. We're well aware of what his numbers are like. We're well aware of what he's done the last few games, and we're no question. I mean, we know what he's capable of, and our guys. We had a game plan, and our guys did an excellent job with it.
Any specific player, though?
Well, Victor Oladipo was on him the majority of the time. So I mean, I think Will Sheehy was on him, and we played some zone. We have some very good individual defenders that are made better by how good our team defense is.
How important? I was going to say, how important is Will Sheehy's mid-range game against that? So how much that?
Well, I think it's important. What we learned a valuable lesson in the Butler game. We lived on the mid-range shot, and frankly, if we'd have made even a third of the open shots we had in the game, we'd have probably won the game. Even as poorly as we played at times because we missed open shots. Well, that's what defenses want you to do sometimes. They want you to live in the mid-range, and we don't want to do that. Now, Will is a very good mid-range shooter, but we shot too many floaters. We didn't win this game on offense, and fortunately, we didn't lose it because of offense. We got better. I think we were 12 minutes into the game. We were shooting 27%, but we were missing layups. We were missing one-footers. So there's no panic button being pushed in a situation like that. If you start taking a steady diet of anything outside of layups, then you're probably giving yourself a very poor recipe. But if you're mixing it and getting the ball reversed, and Will got a lot of movement out of that corner and attacked really well, made a 3 or 2, drove the ball extremely well, dropped it off. The one pass to Cody then ended up being a turnover. If he just bounced it, it would have been a dunk. So there's the great thing about this game is we won it, and there's a ton of things to improve upon and learn from.
How pleased are you by the execution you were getting on plays like out of timeouts? I think there was one instance you got a dunk from Zeller, then you got a mid-range shot from Sheehy.
Well, as we get into this type of situation, and we know every basket, really, really matters. The margin of victory in this league is very, very small. Those are key points. Those are the hidden points in the game. And your baseline out of bounds, your sideline out of bounds, your after timeout game. Your shot clock game is a whole different game. In the sense you want to be really good in the shot clock. We don't want to be in it a lot. We were in it a little more today than we would have liked. But that's crucial. Our guys take a lot of pride in that aspect of the game, and that's an area that we've got to continue to spend more and more time on. And we will, because we have the time to do it. And it's an area that the film study of the coaches and looking for matchups and things like that, they do a great job of looking for those things.
What did Iowa do on Jordan Holes, or was it just kind of an off night?
Well, I think they were very aware of him, but Jordan still missed some open shots. And but the great thing about Jordan Hulls is, and I said it to him after the game, the 0 for 10 is meaningless. I thought he passed up about 5 or 6 other opportunities that he needed to shoot the ball with. So he could go for 10 the next 3 games, and if he doesn't take the first open shot in the fourth, we're going to sit him down. I mean, that's how good of a shooter he is. So I think they were very aware of him. We'll have to go back and look at the film, but he missed some open looks. But at the same time, they were conscious of him, and there were times that he wasn't nearly as aggressive as he needed to be. He passed up about 4 shots that he didn't pass up the other night at the beginning of the game that we've got to get corrected. And because Jordan makes the game easier for everybody when he's shooting that ball. And you know, you trust the percentages with him. But he did a great job, and to have him play the game that he did with 6 assists, 0 turnovers, I believe. Yeah, 6 assists, 0 turnovers, and have some foul issues. It's a really outstanding game for him.
Last question for Coach.
Victor grabbing that rebound, Cody's missed there late, and then grabbing the rebound.
That was
the other
big.
end.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the exclamation point for our team. You know, in that situation, we got to still continue to play, and we didn't handle the foul line the way we needed to, and we spent a lot of time at that, and we were one of the leaders in the country, and we're the leader in attempts, and we didn't have as many attempts tonight. So when you have that, you got to make sure that you're making them. But that's just finding a way to make a play to win a game type of situation too. And Victor does that. I wouldn't trade him for anybody on finding a way to win with anybody in the country. I mean, he does a lot of different things.